We out west with it, where we live illegal, leaning off a leader, riding regal, tipping scales like Libras. Inhale, no L's, pulling out blocks like Jenga. In the rear of a Caprices, Billy Rims, feel decent nonetheless. Nothing less than tens for the speakers. You'll hear us before you see us with beats that beat the streets up. Yeah. So try and keep up and keep it low key, cuz police try and treat us and keep us on a leash, cuz that's how they see us, thinking we nuts. Cuz we'll die for the ground beneath us, because this land made us. This land made of players that stay on paper. That's how we came up amongst the mayhem to the day when we display what we made of. The game can never change us, the West Side teachers. On these streets where you find that D before G. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it, you just got a bit of plot. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it, I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west, we penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Smell the grind in the air, take a whiff. Only the nose knows the aroma. Compose the money rolls that fold up, holding cold cups. Searching for those that got the purple O's for the $4. And we could go nuts and stay at the stove like grocers, and post up with O's on the table like coasters. That's how the game coached us, made us all in the soldiers. Now that dough is the focus, so know that we own this. Molded by the hood role models, riding good, the latest model, drinking good, raising bottles like we just missed a pothole. You got to know that it's impossible to stop our flow. We've seen it all from watching cops reload 30s a dro while drinking the night away until the block got slow. You'll know as soon as you see us, we the ones laid back in the cut. My demeanor seems to always get me up. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it, you just got a bit of plot. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it, I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it, yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Yeah, home of the survivor, survival of the fittest in the town. It's wicked, you can J down in a minute. What am? What's the business? The biz is how you down and get it. From Cape Town to Fifth City, the sounds of Fifth's empty. When we tipsy is risky, where the lick be, at least 10 deep it tempts me. But there's no mystery where the chips be, the tips G. Just our history from the 60s. Pimpin' ain't easy, but we bleed it. This here game is in our veins, in the air we breathe in. Believe this, it's no game, but the key is your mouthpiece, spit your game. But believe, turn nothing into something. We suffer without suffer long enough. Struggling from summer to summer, the same place where the dope is sold. It's home to the Oprah show, the same place I know is home. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it, you just got a bit of plot. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it, I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it, yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into yeah. Hey yo, it's crazy how life is a stage. Basically, I was raised in these mazes, named the streets for players of reputations. Faithfully make G's with more cake pastries than bakeries. Deal with equations ranging from A to Z. Touch more bricks than masons, serving like maitre d's. Pitching like we in the major leagues. Occasionally blazing bees, seeking that painful peace amongst a parade of fiends afraid to sleep. Dazed and deranged, losing days of Z's. That's why my old girl prayed for me every day, cause I'm faded like tapers at the table. G, I can't take it, I can't wait to escape and leave, cause this basement is no place to stay for me. But I believe I'm the creator, I create the scenes that can't be seen just by the way I think. Every time and the place in this game of life where you gotta decide your fate or pay the price. Let the voice inside you guide you, my main advice is never change your life, just change your life. There comes a time and a place in this game of life where you gotta decide your fate or pay the price. Let the voice inside you guide you, my main advice is never change your life, just change your life. life. In high school, she was average, mostly C's and D's. Same shit, now she high too, mostly off C and D. Now I hide my loot clothes, CDs and DVDs. Easily these things could leave, cause she a sneaky thief, trust me. Always fussing, starting shit, I hear her. Arguments with the mirror regarding her appearance, her health. Declines thusly, first her mind, then abruptly she finds herself mumbling all the time to herself. Trying to find herself by dealers that sell. Insecure, still in a shell, killing herself. And as long as she been blowing, it never seems to soak in. When she has convulsion, shivering like she cold. And my cousins ask me where they moms be. I'ma tell her my auntie on the concrete, walking dead like zombies. There comes a time and a place in this game of life where you gotta decide your fate or pay the price. Let the voice inside you guide you. My main advice, you gotta change your life, just change your life. There comes a time and a place in this game of life where you gotta decide your fate or pay the price. Let the voice inside you guide you. My main advice, you gotta change your life, just change your life. I've been debating on rearranging my life. I'm at a different stage of the game in my life. This is why I listen when I'm praying at night for answers to the questions that I'm stressing to fight. Lord knows the fortune is a goal, but I'm not forcing my soul to be sold between the forks in the road in order to blow. What can I leave beside my corpse when I'm gone? And my CDs with assortments of songs. The course I chose to school me was these cruel streets, and it used to fool me till I learned how to do me. Take a look, see how the hood eat, misunderstood by crooks, thieves, good green and cooks see. I'ma tell you how it should be. The great leaders empower the people so they can see through the powers that be. But instead they carry on like cowards to me. Abuse their power to speak while these streets devour the weed. I was told that the soul creates and the mind reacts. I chose my fate, ain't no rewinding me back. Every day's a gift from God, that's why it's called a present. If you believe, you receive and see all the blessings. The time and the place in this game of life where you gotta decide your fate or pay the price. Let the voice inside you guide you. My main advice, you gotta change your life, just change your life. There comes a time and a place in this game of life where you gotta decide your fate or pay the price. Let the voice inside you guide you. My main advice, you gotta change your life, just change your life.
Monkey, keep it funky, I.
One.
Monkey, keep it funky, I.
Yes, sir, I like how that sound right there, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of inspiration. It's like everybody got a goal. They're trying to reach your life. They're trying to live, man. Keep bumps in the road. You gotta keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? If it don't kill you, it make you strong. You know what I'm saying? My story right here.
You can hear over it too. So if everybody, you ever invite somebody to rap or come in to speak, they can hear it.
Another level till I step in as the next in line. No question, I'm considered one of the best. My whole life invested in holding mics and sketching rhymes. You guessed it. More mind, still restless. Yes, even pressed up my records on my own dime. As many battles I blew breath in and open mics I blessed. I'll never be labeled an overnight success. Passing out CDs, doing shows for free, then jabbing Bo to E so that my soul could speak over these soulful beats that's so cold to me. Like the breeze in the shower, we be posted deep. All the prices that I paid, the sacrifices I made, it'll all come to life one day, someday. Be patient, man. Bumps the road ain't nothing. Rotate, doesn't stop, no. Check it out, look. I remember it like yesterday, trying to get my record played at a radio station where they play hits for days. Having a conversation with this lady I'm facing while she making a statement made for me. She said, look, it's too many words in your hook. You need to work on your look. For what it's worth, I never took her words personal. But at first I wasn't certain though if she knew my words are personal and not just verses and books. Until the curtain closes, this is my version of what I know. Learning in first person till I blow, and still I know how it feels to know I'm the deal. Did you still feel like a deal is just right, or a deal just might still add to my appeal? But they won't know I'm real till I touch my first million, right? I'ma chill till my bars is felt and play my hand with the cards I'm dealt, and that's the plan till it's solved itself. Yeah, everything you want this world is yours. All you gotta do is claim it, man. Be patient, work hard, man. Don't make it. Don't trip on it. Yo, it's damn near impossible to shop music without lots of loot to maneuver and make moves with. So I stay in tune with my pursuit. Fuck trying to recoup, I'm trying to juke and move units. The truth is, I'm used to excuses. Dudes give like you can. Do what I do, food and prove it. Walk in my shoes then. I'm used to goofy producers and cools that try to misuse you quick. Why you got it confused? If you think it's about groupie chicks and interviews in a mix, it ain't got ghouly, but I truly got the tools to overcome obstacles, including this music biz. I'ma shine like jewels, unlike these Rubik's Cube dudes with all this woo-woo-woo when they spit. Mick Luda is the future, so get used to this. It's day one, not a crew or clique. It's a new beginning.
My nigga Dr. Mindbender behind the boards. Custom, ain't no heroes or role models where I'm from for us to follow where I'm from. Just some niggas throwing gang signs and hollows where I'm from. They pop pills, sip lean, and bless bottles where I'm from. You still ain't figured it out, nigga, Chicago where I'm from. Home of some of the most notable women and men to exist. But the only stars niggas on their heads, the fan and the six. Most of us settle, however some intend to get rich. We lose homies and hit the internet to pretend that they miss. We spend link at the corner store, and motherfucker ain't gotta be enlisted in no army or Marine Corps to be going to war. Smoke in the air, and his blood stains on the floor. We all born for, but yet and still we feel we born to soar. The beautiful struggle, bodies left blood oozing in puddles. We love to hate like a poisonous dart from Cupid then struck you. Shit, you stupid as fuck if you let the stupid instruct you. Should be using your muscle to build a lucrative hustle. Crabs in a bucket, so in one make it feel like we all did. From the county to Stateville.
WIIFTBP.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. Let's begin now.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a beautiful Monday morning. The Bigs certainly are, man. I hope you know what that song means. It's time to jump back down on the soil. I mean, man, tea time coming to you as usual with my brother Gino. Was good, man.
What's the Benoski?
I'm feeling good, brother. Fresh off a beautiful weekend. Being around family, being around friends, seeing all the beautiful people outside enjoying their weekends. Happy to be back with family, though. On the soil with our What's in It for the Black People Media family. What's good, DJ? You on the boards? Major step from behind it. I see DJ back there. I turned my head 1 second. It's Maze. Now DJ's back there. What's good, bro?
Man, they getting it cracking back there, man. What's up, DJ? Reach the ruler.
How y'all doing there, brothers? Good to see y'all again,
Yes,
man.
sir.
It's been a minute.
Tell me what's on your mind, Gino.
Man, it's all good, brother. Like Tu say, happy, blessed and highly favored. Happy to be here, back down on the soil with the family members, man. Had a decent weekend. I was at the ballpark all weekend, but, you know, it was Juneteenth. The people were out. You would have thought it was Independence Day or something. Lots of red, black, and green.
Absolutely.
Around the town, so it was good to see the people, you know, celebrating, man. I didn't hear about any unfortunate situations happening in any of these events.
It was all love everywhere, I feel.
Yeah, it was. I know you had a birthright this weekend.
On Juneteenth, yes.
Exactly. I thought I was gonna see you, but I know you did too.
It's my son's birthday, June 19th.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh,
He just made 18.
Shout out my fellow Gemini and Juneteenth, baby.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I know you had plans with John on Saturday, but we ended up at Larry's crib.
Okay.
I thought I might see you, then I was like, no, I think T gonna be with his lady tonight. So it was cool, just over there with Laro and the guys watching the game, and then at the ballpark though most of the weekend I was at Wrigley Field, so that's how I spent my weekend. But can't complain about being at the ballpark, can you?
Oh, absolutely not, especially with the way the Cubs been playing, Gino. But, man, I had a beautiful weekend, bro. Friday, Saturday, really got to get it in with my people, man. Friday, I got to thank everybody that showed me love, first of all. Of course, it was a lot of our real family members reaching out and making sure they showed me some love, and I truly appreciate it. Everybody that took some time out, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I made sure I told them yesterday I was on the Diamond Talk. I said, man, if y'all didn't know Saturday was T's birthday, hit his timeline. If you know him for real, hit his text and send him some of that birthday love.
Yeah,
man.
I still got some people to get back to. I mean, I told Gino when we got in here, anytime y'all don't know, but anytime the fro is out, that means it was a beautiful time. So, Gino, we're back on the soil. Got a chance to hang with Pops yesterday, of course.
My boy.
And it don't take much for Pops to be happy. All he really wants is some hug and it's some love and a hug. And he's good, but we make sure we go over and beyond for the man that's been holding us down for so long.
All day. It's only right, man.
So yeah, man. But in the midst of it, Gino, one of the things I feel like is always a cherry on top of my birthday weekends, it's always some type of playoff basketball. Rather it's the finals, before all, the pandemic and everything mucked up the NBA schedule. The NBA finals, the end of the series usually falls around the middle of June. Got a late start, so it's still just the second round. But we had a couple of game sevens. The White Sox were in Houston, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. And then we had the Cubs, and we had Olympic trials, bro. It was a bunch of sports going on this weekend.
No, it cracked. It 100% cracked. Every time you looked up, it was something brewing. Yeah, we'll get into Cubs and White Sox later on in the show. But yeah, NBA basketball was at a premium this weekend. Couple game sevens. We had a game one yesterday, and the Eastern Conference Finals are amongst us, man.
Yes, they are, bro.
And I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I'm not surprised actually.
You're not surprised?
No. Well, remember, I picked Milwaukee. Certain circumstances led to Milwaukee edging out Brooklyn in that game 7. Obviously, no Kyrie, half of James Harden, KD playing 117 minutes in 2 games. They were bound to gracefully bow out. But
I definitely want to talk about that one.
Remember when I told you at the beginning of the series before it started, I said it was going to come down to who was going to get the stop at the end of the game. And I don't think Milwaukee didn't necessarily get the stop, but like I said, KD playing 53 minutes one game and 48 minutes the game before. He was bound to run out of
those games.
Yeah, he was bound to run out of juice, and he did that. He made the shot to take it into OT, but that last shot, that was all he was out of gas. I mean, that's a ball you take to the rim. I mean, KD's mid-range game was unstoppable that whole series. And that's just a ball you take to the rim. He was going to get fouled. If not, he was going to get a wide-open look. He's shooting 60+% in the series probably, something like that. So just a tired shot, and you could see it on his face, the close-up.
Let's get into what it means, though, because I feel like throughout the course of that series, bruh, I felt like every end of the spectrum. It was a point where I felt Giannis wasn't that guy. It was a point where I felt like the Bucks were overrated. And it was a point in that series where I felt like the Nets had smelt blood and was just going to put a fork in them early. They found a way. And yes, like the injuries, of course. But KD, they survived KD going God level a couple of times, bruh. And I didn't think, I don't know if I thought that the Bucks could handle KD going God level twice on them. So I was very impressed, bro, and by everybody on the Bucks. I was impressed by Giannis and the way that he just was able to adjust in the middle of the series and stay at a high level. I was impressed by Chris Middleton, man, and his ability to step up at the end of games and help close it out for Milwaukee. I loved our boy, white boy, Pat
Connaughton.
Yeah, Pat Connaughton, just a gamer. And, of course, Drew Holiday, man, what he showed you in that last game. You know, I can go 2 for 13, 2 for 14, but I can go 5 for 5 in the fourth and impact, you know, the win. So the Bucks, I feel like, got over some huge hurdles, man. They knocked they got some dirt off their shoulders in the first round, knocking Miami off. And then they came face-to-face with the Giant in the second round. And now I don't know who stands in their way, bro. You know what I mean?
Me either.
I'm not sure who stands in their way from the NBA championship, and we'll get there later. But I thought it was a very, very, very entertaining series, bro. Especially those last two games. Both teams were playing at a super high level, bro. KD coming off an Achilles injury, Gino. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm still trying to reckon with the fact that he was able to get back to that level of basketball so quickly because he didn't play a bunch of regular season. You know what I mean? He missed a bunch of time in the regular season. By the time the second round hit, it was the KD that, you know what I mean, what Achilles injury, you know what I mean? And, yeah, he didn't have all of the lift, but, man, he's so yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? He's still 6'10" with like a 10-foot wingspan. Yeah, I mean, the man just looks like the walking stretch arm Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Like, looks like he can just dunk from anywhere. But, yeah, shout out to KD. Even in a loss, bro, I was thoroughly entertained.
No, it was. It was an entertaining series. In Milwaukee, they would have and should have been ashamed of themselves had they lost to Brooklyn with no Kyrie, with a half of James Harden, and with just KD.
Just the rest of those guys.
Because we saw how much Brooklyn relied on KD.
And did you look at the box score after that? Did you see that the bench didn't score at all?
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats now.
What
KD
in the
averaged
hell?
35, 11, and 5.
Jeff Green couldn't get a bucket, bruh.
Stop it.
In Game 6, what did he have?
Yeah, that was Game 6. That was
But
an
he
out-of-body
can't get
experience.
one bucket?
No.
That's bad.
Let's lock in. KD can go for 50 again, but Jeff Green can't have a 30-pack.
Can't have a single point.
No.
You can't eat it all,
No.
my dude.
Limit all of that. We're going to let KD – I mean, you're not really letting KD do nothing. If P.J. Tucker played a pretty good brand of defense, but you're not going to lock KD up. You can force him. You can force him to take tougher shots. They let P.J. Tucker established who he was in the NBA a long time ago, so he's got a good rapport with the referee, so they're going to let him be physical. I mean, KD and P.J. Tucker, if people don't know.
He was using his hands more.
They're guys.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're friends.
You seen the way PJ was talking to KD's mom.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all competition between those two. So PJ definitely made it a little tougher. Like I said, the guys, the referees let him play, but you're not gonna stop KD. And KD showed you just why he's top 2 player in the NBA. But when I look down the line and I see, so Kyrie only played. He missed the last 3 games, so I'm not gonna even count his. But you got. After that, James Harden, he only played 4 games. He averaged 11, 6, and 5. After that, Blake Griffin was the next leading scorer. 12 points and 8 boards. So Brooklyn, basically, they shouldn't even been – it should have been over in Game 6, to be honest. But like you said, KD played out of his body Game 6.
God level.
Put them people on his back. But
yes.
It was only right for Milwaukee to close them out Game 7 in Brooklyn.
It took overtime.
It did. But that just shows you the level. Again, Brooklyn, they rely. I mean, it was KD or nothing. It came down to KD at the end of the day, and 48 minutes the game before, 53 minutes that game.
And he really was just an inch from sending the Bucks home.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel like that was the level of basketball we saw. G, it was a super high level. Them guys was going back and forth literally for 2 games. Like, what was the biggest lead? Was it like
Maybe
6 or
6 or
7?
5,
Man,
yeah.
it was busting. So
And I'm looking at the Bucks, and I'm seeing Giannis 32-13, Chris Middleton 24-9, Drew Holiday 15-6-5, Brook Lopez 11-7.
Brook Lopez was the did a lot of dirty work. G.
Yeah, I don't even. And to me, we talked about this before Game 7. It was, you know, you got to adjust, and this we'll get into adjustments when we talk about Philly and Atlanta. But Milwaukee, they never really changed their game plan. They just played the way they've always played. But it's like when DeAndre Jordan, like Blake Griffin, bro, he might be 6'7" at best. You got Giannis, who's 7 feet. You got Brook Lopez, who's 7 feet. There's just no way that you don't play on the block and in the post and get easier buckets. And it says something to me when Giannis had James Harden on him in the post and he took a fadeaway jump shot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, playoffs is not the regular season. The game gets tougher. They let more things go in the offs. And
so I'm wondering how you, because I want to know how you feel about the Bucks, and I'm getting the vibe that you feel like if Brooklyn was healthy, this would be something different.
Well, I still had Milwaukee anyway. I picked Milwaukee in 6 with Brooklyn healthy. I picked Milwaukee in 6 just because I thought that Mike Budenholzer, with those guys, with the additions of P.J. Tucker, with the additions of Drew Holiday, the addition of Bobby Portis, they added what they were missing, which was a bit of toughness. And at the end of the day, it's the same thing Charles Barkley said. I don't think you can outscore a team and win a championship. It's going to come down to defense at some point. You're going to have to get a stop at some point in the game.
Yes.
And like I said, they got the stop they needed. Like you said, they were an inch away from being out of there. KD, he takes another 4 inches back, and those people are gone.
If he wore a size smaller,
12 instead of a size 14, Brooklyn is heading to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
But like I said, when you play 48 minutes and then 53 the next night, like we said, in the 48-minute game, KD definitely looked like he could have gone another 48. After 48 in Game 7,
you saw that
he looked winded.
Yeah, bro, and rightfully so.
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was surprised that he gave that much, that he was able to last that long, bruh. And with that free throw that he airballed, that was the realization. It's like, oh, forgot. Like, yeah, you completely milked every single second. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I just loved it. You know what I mean? I can't wait until Brooklyn is back healthy. I'm wondering if you see how well they were able to play with just KD and a piece of Harden, do you think they bring those 3 guys back, or should we expect KD, Harden, and Kyrie
No, they'll be back.
Or is the issue the fact that they didn't have anything after that? Like, how do they address the others?
Exactly. You need to put the correct pieces around them. I just don't understand why, and Steve Nash knows 100 times more basketball than I do, but I don't understand why DeAndre Jordan wasn't inserted at some point.
At all. Yeah.
Like, you need that presence. You need those rebounds. You need some force down there.
Exactly.
To be able to compete. So it's all about, I mean, it was year 1, all of those guys together. It was a trial run. You know, we said it when we talked to Scoop at the beginning of the year.
If we get it this year, is great.
I told him it was championship or bust. You can't have 3 of the top 10 players in the league on the same squad and not be championship or bust. So I think they make an adjustment here or there. They find the correct piece or 2 that was missing from this year, and they run it back. They're definitely top 5 team in the league, no doubt. But when I look at back to Milwaukee, and Cuz said the same thing, the Bucks play a real whack style of ball, though it's hella stupid basketball. And I agree. Because if you think about the NBA now, most of the better teams in the league, they have outstanding point guard play. And Drew Holiday, okay, he's not Dame, he's not Steph, he's not Kyrie, you know, he's not those guys, but he's one of a kind in his own right. He can get you 6, like you said. He can go 2 for 10, but go 5 for 5 down the stretch because he's high IQ.
100%.
So he's not gonna make too many mistakes. He rebounds the ball well. He passes the ball well. He can shoot the 3. He gets into the lane. He got a floater. He can create. He can use either hand. So I feel like this next series against the Hawks, Drew Holiday is gonna have to be, I wouldn't say more assertive, but he's gonna play a more prominent role in them winning that series. Obviously, Giannis is gonna get 30 and 13 because he's Giannis. Chris Middleton is gonna get 22 to 24 because he's that talented. But I think Drew Holiday is going to have to be able to keep Trae Young not in check, because Trae Young is going to get his.
And I got some things to say about it. Some things I want to ask you about.
No doubt.
About that Atlanta series, bro, because I feel like this is a classic case of reality versus perception in this playoff series when it comes to Trae Young. That man, who's better than Trae Young at that one position right now, Gino?
Who's better than Trae Young?
And I feel like,
oh, here we go. I'm gonna let that one slide, DJ.
What you say, DJ?
He said Luka, but Luka ain't in the office right now. He said right now.
So that means, LeBron James ain't in the, it don't matter if you in there. You talking about like in the playoffs now?
Yeah, he's saying right now.
Who's hotter than right now? Who's carrying their team harder than Trae Young?
Who's left?
It's the Suns
D-Book
playing against the Clippers.
Yeah,
they
Clippers,
don't have no good one.
D-Book, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Atlanta Hawks.
So that's like Chris Paul,
No Chris Paul.
And then it'll be Trae Young going against
Milwaukee.
Drew Holiday.
So he better than Drew Holiday, but I probably take Chris Paul over Trae. Like to lead a team. Yeah.
Let's talk about it after this break, okay? Let's do that.
Yeah, let's go to break, man. Like I said, Milwaukee over Brooklyn. Before we go to break, though, I see Chris. Let me get Chris. He had let me see if I can find it. He said Brooklyn would have swept them people if they were healthy.
And now I feel like if they had Kyrie, you know what I mean?
I disagree. We can agree to disagree.
Uh-huh.
But
it went Game 7 down to the wire versus a piece of Brooklyn, basically. Yeah, and you don't think Kyrie would have tipped the scale? Irving?
I just think the Bucks kind of played down to the level of their competition. That's what I'm going to contribute that to. I do think that Kyrie, a healthy Kyrie and a healthy James Harden
changed
everything.
Things, yeah.
But I think the Milwaukee Bucks would have stepped their game up too. I just think they played down to the level of their competition. I'm not saying they thought Brooklyn was sweet, but again, give KD credit for being able to. People didn't think he had it in him. It was only one game.
But see, now if you didn't think KD had
that,
you
saw the internet.
And the internet is wild, but if you didn't think KD had that in him,
people did not think KD could take that team and put them on their back. Now, he did come up short. Let's not act like he got them to the Eastern Conference Finals. He came up short, but KD, he's a stand-up guy, and hey man, don't talk about me. Give props to the Milwaukee Bucks for handling their business, being a better team, and moving on. Like, he didn't use no excuses. They asked him about playing too many minutes. He quickly put that. Don't even mention that. I'm not that guy.
It's what needed to be done.
Exactly. So but yeah, I feel what Chris is saying, but yeah,
I feel Chris. I feel like the Bucks. I feel like, of course, every playoff season, it comes down to the healthiest squad. Somebody's gonna be hurt.
Health is number one.
You play who you put in front of you, and they had to play God level KD. They survived. You definitely deserve credit for that.
Yeah, shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks. But it's going to be a good series, Milwaukee and Atlanta. And we'll get to our predictions later on. But, yeah, let's take this break. When we come back on the other side, we are going to talk Atlanta Hawks versus Philadelphia 76ers.
Your guys, Gino.
Not my I got some things to say.
Gino sold them out. I was here that day when they fired the coach. He was blaming on Trae Young. He was like, they ain't gonna do nothing. Look at them Hawks.
Yeah.
Big turnaround.
No doubt. But remember what I said also about Nate McMillan. Now you got somebody with a track record who you can't just walk all over. Nate McMillan came in, and take us to break, DJ. We come back on the other side, and we can talk Atlanta Hawks, man. You're on the soil with the bigs.
WIIFTBP. We all remember our life before COVID-19. The parades, the lakefront barbecues, taste of Chicago, the happy hours, and most importantly, loving those unforgettable moments with our friends and families. Getting Chicago vaccinated is what will make the activities we miss safe for everyone. So let's get back to it, Chicago. Let's come together to end this pandemic. Find your vaccine at chi.gov/COVIDvax.
Reach the ruler. This is Week Ho Wednesday, and to my right is Everybody's Women Crush Wednesday. My co-host, the one and only Toy, Big O's. Love this show, y'all. I'm dealing with a guy. We have been dating for 9 months. In light of everything going on in the world, he has been voicing his opinion about situations, and I don't agree with any of his views. I love everything else except his opinions.
Damn.
How do I fix this? FYI, he's white.
It's about to be a white boy summer.
So could that be the issue?
For sure. Just come out different when it's not coming from your own race. It's just never been something I'd be like, oh, I date Bill.
I'm just a Bill. Yes, I'm only a Bill.
I don't really like light-skinned guys. I don't like pink meat.
Pink, so like it's like you see it.
Pink tip. It'd be pink.
It'd be pink on the
I
tip.
don't like.
So sometimes a light-skinned guy have a dark tooth.
And then it look dark, so it's nice off to me. I feel like it's supposed to be pink because they light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want it to be dark because then I'm going to say you dirty.
I don't know what the fuck be making niggas think they can fuck with me. Stay with a small circle to ensure I stay sucker free. Peace to the niggas rockin', those that truly got love for me. To the women that be lustin' me, they dreamin' of fucking me. Lick your fingertips and rub your clit to this and let my voice bring you the climax. My raps is more real than any 3D or IMAX. Listen and digest this fly shit like Venus flytraps. Side-eye niggas that speak on my city, you Chirac. Niggas love glorifying stupid shit, the useless shit in front of cameras, goofy capping, act as if you used to shit. With Max producing shit, how could I fall short? I hit the booth and get the kicking shit of all sorts. Listen, I'm just a product of the inner city. I remember plenty nights there wasn't any lights and with no dinner in me. I was in tune with the harsh realities of life at an early age. Was used to struggle at an early stage. That made me appreciate the small shit. So now I kick that off the wall shit that leave these rapping niggas all sick. They say jealousy and envy get you nowhere, so I'd rather not go there. These niggas panic when I touch mics, I'm Rudy Gobert. I ain't the type to talk jazzy while hiding behind the screen naming Abby. You pushing buttons or trying to get at me, huh? I'm John Wick with the shit. I'm killing everything while bitches sleeping on me. I'm setting fire to bed frames, replacing alarm clocks with time bombs to bomb spots. This onslaught's for certain. These other niggas is long shots. Dousing your mattress in gasoline. It's asinine to try to find a rapper that rap is mean. I haven't seen a rap nigga that worry me yet. So far ahead of my time, I got fans that ain't heard of me yet. I'm not the nigga you should step to disrespectful. If I address you, won't be no rescue. They gon' have to dress you in a black suit and some dress shoes. Unless you suicidal or glutton for punishment, I'll never choose to rival the motherfuckers I'm running with.
I'm a microphone murderer, baseline assassin. Jump into the booth, ride the rhythm like an Aston. Late night escapade, champagne splashes. Cashmere cardigan, marijuana ashes. Interlocking G's down the frame of my glasses. Japanese selfish denim, feet classic. Flow so reservoir dog, remastered. Beat by funk worm, speech is Jurassic. Shit, I'm so sick that I call for a phlegm and spit acid. Lyrical gymnastic, rip bastards. Walk through the valley of death, grip ratchets. 30 shot shit just in case it gets drastic. But still keep it dope boy fresh out the plastic. Give a mic check, then I'll let your ass have it. Had some heat stored away that I wrote in an old tablet. Like a jab in a drought, devoted to old addicts. Look nigga, you ain't iller than me. Ain't a motherfucker iller than me. You can go and search coast to coast from sea to shiny sea. You won't find a nigga iller than me. Straight from the city of the Chi, where them skinny niggas die. Best protect where you shit and you pee. Just a little word of advice on this mechanical device. Ain't there nigga iller than me.
Look, ain't there nigga iller. Said by the man in the mirror. Man, I done shook hands business with some killers. And now they cook yams for some dealers from the land of the drillers. Where they had you dancing like Thriller. Been saying I'm that nigga, now they saying I'm that nigga. And that nigga might snitch, watch what you saying to that nigga. I don't trust the soul, now they'll cut your throat. And have you cuffed and thrown and shipped up the road. Nowadays you don't even see little girls jumping rope. They know somebody out there slump they folk. Man, I don't fuck with folks. Is that wrong to say? I just smoke and choke. Then I hope and pray that they don't provoke me, cause they know that Jay quick to blow the toast and you'll get blown away. It's noodles. I'm fucking up the game, no safe sex. It ain't a bit of iller worth the KX.
Look, nigga, you ain't iller than me. Ain't a motherfucker iller than me. You can go and search coast to coast from sea to shiny sea. You won't find a nigga iller than me. Straight from the city of the South, where them skinny.
WIIFTBP. Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. Let's begin now.
They calling us the bigs, and not because I size. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs, and not because I size. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs, and not because I size. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs, and not because I size. They calling us the bigs, and not because I size. They calling us the bigs, and not.
That was me. My bad. Having a little technical issues over there, but here we go.
Yeah, Doc Rivers. You talked all that shit about Paul George and how Tyronn Lue gonna have the same offers for that nigga. Shut your bum ass up, man. Yo, no in-game adjustments having ass, man. Start giving niggas they real credit, man. That's why your bitch ass got that karma on your ass and you can't get past the second round, man. You done did all these real niggas wrong, man. Look in the mirror, nigga, and confess your motherfucking truths, nigga. Or you'll never make it out the second round, nigga. Yeah. ESPN, get on his ass, bruh. I'm on his ass tonight, get on his ass first thing in the morning. Hey, man. I finally get why your wife almost left you, man. You don't know how to make in-game adjustments. You don't know how to make in-game adjustments. Everybody figured your ass out, man. You don't know how to make in-game adjustments, man. And don't nobody really like your cap ass. Yeah, you losing your power, nigga.
Gino.
My boy Jay Smooth, Joe.
Somebody is going to have to take social media away from ex-players, bro. Okay.
Josh Smith was on one, bro.
Josh Smith was... Why did he talk about Doc Rivers' wife?
Yeah, he was flagrant for that one, though. I can't.
Yeah,
Josh Smith
my
was
bad.
on one, bro. My bad. He took it a little too far.
I gotta know more. Like, why does Josh Smith hate Doc Rivers? Like, what's the backstory? Do you know that, Gino?
I mean, this is the same story for years, though, man. I mean, and then did you see the shots he took at Mike Woodson at the end?
Yo, who you gonna take shots at Mike Woodson, bro? I mean, I understand. I mean, like you just said, Gino. I know that especially over the last few years, we've heard it from players say all it takes is a coach to like you and your career could change, or it takes a coach not believing in you for your career to stall. So I feel like that's the vibe of a lot of players like Josh Smith.
But never forget that Josh Smith played for Doc Rivers in L.A. with the Clippers in 2015. Then don't forget he was a member of the Hawks. So instead of him,
I remember that.
Instead of him cheering on the Hawks, he just let Doc Rivers have it. So obviously it was something going on.
Yeah, that was personal. That was personal because it wasn't about. It was Doc Rivers.
But it's the same. Again, it's the same thing people have been saying about Doc forever, that he's overrated as a coach. Tibbs was the one that came up with the defensive plan
in Boston.
And Doc has never been out of the second round since Boston. So You know, he ripped Paul George last year, and he said Ty Lue was gonna have the same
Everybody
issues.
ripped Paul. You know, everybody
but your
ripped
coach,
Paul.
but your coach can't really go on you like that. But now Paul George is in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that. But see, now also I feel like Doc Rivers is one of those coaches that, and this has probably been my knock on him. He definitely will throw you under the bus. Yeah, I mean, I remember he even took sides in that Ray Allen situation with Cage. I'm like, gee, that's between them, bro. What are you on, Doc? But what do you think about what he said? And before I go there, Josh Smith, you know, with his in-game adjustment comments, do you think that's what it was?
100%, bro.
You think that's what it was?
Oh, 100%.
And not the fact that Philly's guys just underperformed all series.
Oh, yeah, that too. Many reasons why Philly lost, but Doc stood out to me because this has been a knock on him forever. But, bro, Kevin Werder, Joe, this man is 6'8". He left Seth Curry on that island the entire game. And where did they go? Every time down the court. Every time down the court. Trey was 3 for 45 last night.
Yep. He definitely was cold.
Trey couldn't buy a bucket. He hit the long three at the end to it was a clutch bucket, though. Let's not trip. That was a clutch bucket. Of course. But Trey couldn't buy a bucket. He was 10 for 11
earlier
from the line.
He was missing good looks.
Shit, stuff he was hitting all day. Kevin Werder was the MVP yesterday. Every time down the court, bucket after bucket.
Facts.
To the midi, bucket, step back three,
really
bucket.
From the start
in the post,
of the game
bucket.
to the end of it.
Come on. He left Seth on the man. Come on, man. Seth. No, bro. You got to make that adjustment. Now, he threw Matisse Thybulle in the game.
Yeah.
But why wasn't he guarding Kevin Werder? Ben was guarding Trey Young. He was making it tough on Trey with his length. He knew Trey could get around him, so he was not letting him get around him. But when Trey got around him, he would reach from behind. He got the length to get the ball from behind. Matisse Thybulle should have – I don't know if Matisse has that rapport with Doc where it's like, look, Doc, let me take Buddy. But that was the biggest thing that stood out to me in that game yesterday was Doc leaving Seth Curry on the island. There's no way you let – and shout out to Kevin Werder because we talked about him when he was at Maryland. I'm like, man, red-haired white boy got some work.
Yes, sir.
But there's no way that you let him get a 30-pack in his first
Well, he had 10 in the first. It's like, how don't you do something about that after the first 6 minutes when he had 8 and when he was 4 for 4?
Because that's cool. But in the second half, when they start going to him,
yeah,
bro, they got Lou Will, they got John Collins, they got Trey Young, they got Clint Capella. Kevin Werder is not supposed to be the first. Nate McMillan said, "What?
Y'all gonna let it go down like this?
You gonna keep letting this little 6'2" guard get on my 6'8"? Don't bet." Kevin Werder, don't bail him out.
Give me that 15-footer.
Don't bail him out.
From any side.
15 and in. Putting the man on a block. Kareem Skyhook, he was giving Seth everything. He gave him everything, man. So I feel Josh Smith on the ink. That, again, obviously we know Joel Embiid was playing on a torn meniscus. No excuses. He averaged a 30-pack. He was out there.
Joel is that dude.
Joel got to get them to it. I felt like Joel... He played lazy at times. He bailed them out. I don't know why he's steady taking jump shots. They weren't falling.
Of that meniscus.
Man, nah.
Man, look, in the regular season, he was driving from right. He was giving a pump fake and driving.
Well, he was driving yesterday.
That meniscus was on him, man.
I agree, but go sit down then. Okay then. Don't bail them out shooting them jump shots. He was shooting fade away air, but man, take Clint.
I definitely was saying that, but I was saying this all game. I was looking at bro, and I'm like, gee, Joel is just it's over. G, the Hawks is about to win this game. Joel is hurt. Okay, and honestly, like if Joel wasn't 100%, G, it was always gonna be a task to get past this fast-paced ass, crazy hot, Atlanta offense. So. Ben Simmons, bro. If he's going to give you absolutely nothing on offense, bro.
Man, how long have I been saying this about Ben Simmons?
Please let me know.
Ben.
What is it about this man? Like, why is his game so terrible?
He's low IQ.
And how did he get to this point where he was Ben Simmons without any offensive talent.
Because of the media and the analysts talking about all the other things that he does, man. That stuff don't matter. That man been averaging 16, 8, and 8 for 3 straight seasons. And it has no impact on the game when it matters most. He's low IQ. He has no motor. You see him? He has no emotion. Boom. He has no emotion. BC said it. Me and BC been swinging this sword since 2018, bro. The man don't care about winning. And I blame him. I blame Philly as much as I blame him because it's just no way that you don't make this man work on his game in the offseason. It's been 3 straight years, bro.
Hey, the man did a turnaround spin, had a layup or a dunk.
Did you hear his excuse why he passed the ball?
I didn't. I didn't even want to hear it. It was no excuse. He passed the ball.
He said he was worried about the defender coming from behind him. You know who he did? You
Trae Young.
No. Trae Young was coming in front of him. I'm talking about who he had on the block.
6'10" Ben Simmons, bro.
Do you know who was guarding him on the block, who he was worried about coming to block it from behind?
Shaq.
Exactly. Gallo.
Oh, no. Gallo wanted no parts of any way. No, come on, bro. That's a sorry excuse, honestly, bro. And I don't like to lay in the players.
No,
like that. I mean,
this is our...
Ben Simmons was absolutely fucking
This
terrible.
is our job, bro. Like, we are credentialed media members who cover the NBA for a living. This is a job. I don't care, man, whatever, man. Ben Simmons is Huff, man. Like, I've been saying this since 2018. Huff, bro. Every year he comes back with nothing added to his game.
He comes back with the same bag.
Nothing. Nothing new.
I got the same bag.
Remember, he tricked y'all the year before last during the summer when he was playing with Taj Gibson and them, and he was shooting fadeaway threes, step back one-footers.
I'm convinced that wasn't Ben Simmons, G. That was, I know he got a twin brother.
That was B.E.N. Simmons.
Yeah,
the guy we've been watching is B.E.E.N. Simmons.
Yeah, no, that was the other brother. He's cold, but he just don't like the hoop. You know what I mean? So Ben Simmons, B.E.E.N., likes the spotlight, and he can't shoot at all, bruh. Like, 6'10", passing out of a dunk. Now, don't even call it a layup. That's a flush. You feel me?
Did you see the fast break when he got it off he got it off the rim? Somebody hit him. He took one dribble. Joel was coming sprinting down the middle. He hit Joel at half court,
bruh,
to lead the break. He hit Joel to lead the break.
Yes, bruh. For Joel to take it from the half court to the cup, G. Yeah.
Now, Saturday, when we were at Larry's crib for the barbecue, we were all watching and we was just talking hoops.
Okay.
And they brought up Ben Simmons. And they asked me, I was like, it was just a whole big conversation going on. And I was like, man, if I was one of his teammates, I'd have stole on his ass after game 4.
Choked him out.
Did you hear what Shaq said last night?
About
Ben Simmons?
I didn't watch the post game.
After the post game, so let me read his quote first. One of his quotes.
This is Ben Simmons or Shaq?
One of Ben Simmons. This is one of his quotes. We lost. It sucks.
Captain
I am who I am. It is what it is.
Stop.
Let me finish. Let me start over. Let me finish too before you go.
Who I am.
Bro, we lost. It sucks. I am who I am. It is what it is. It's not easy to win, and it shows. Hold on, let me finish. The Nets got finished by the Bucks.
Oh, I know he didn't go there.
It's not easy to win.
I know he didn't go there. I know he didn't bring up the Nets and KD, bro. Oh, nah.
You won't be in Philly next year.
That is the absolute worst post-game comments. Oh, that is so bad.
Before you go. So then they asked him, does he like playing in Philly, and does he think he returns next year? And he kind of he looked. Now clearly he heard what they said, because we've been in a trillion press conferences. You heard everything he said. Bro. He said he did like this. He said, "Excuse me, what'd you say?" Buddy said,
"What's that? I can hear you. You're breaking up."
Buddy said, "Do you like playing in Philly, and do you expect to be back next year?" And of course, he gave I love Philly. The fans are great. They show me a lot of love. And basically back to what he said. He says, yeah, I know I suck. I know I let my team down, this and that. Just a bunch of gibberish. And so Kenny and Shaq came back, and they were like, man, I'm glad he stepped up and didn't shy. First of all, I'm glad he did the post-game interview. And then it's like, you can't shy away from Game 7 loss, I'm not talking to the media. You have to step up to the podium.
Yes.
So Kenny and Shaq was like, yeah, I'm glad he did that, didn't shy away. You know, let everybody know he let his team down. He was like, man, I got work to do in the offseason, this and that. Shaq was like, you know, Shaq, he started crumbling his paper in the and they like, well, what's up, Shaq? Was he like, man, I don't want to hear that. He was like, that's a bunch of baloney. Y'all don't want to hear that. He was like, man, if it was me, I'd have punched his ass. Back to my original comment, what I told the guys on Saturday. If I was Ben Simmons' teammate, I'd have fired on his ass.
Gee,
my second, Joe, he's a max player.
Don't forget that he's a max player, bruh. Passing out of dunks.
Can't even be in the game at the end of the game because he's scared to shoot a free throw.
Somebody should have asked him, were you afraid to shoot that?
They did. They asked him. He said,
no, like
the dunk part. They asked him.
What happened?
He said,
like, no,
man,
were you afraid?
They said, were you scared to shoot the ball? He said, man, no, I was worried about the defender behind me coming up for the block behind. Bro, it was Gallinari who has not an athletic bone in his body.
He's at the rim, though, you know? And I feel like we've seen that happen a lot in this season. Players opting for that 3 instead of the easy 2, even when it's a given. Even when it's a given. We've seen that so much. But for Ben Simmons in a Game 7 to come in the post game and say that he was worried about Danilo Gallinari blocking his shot.
And shout out to BC. BC is in the comments right now. And like I said, man, we've been swinging this same sword since 2018, bro.
Ben Simmons said he was worried about Danilo Gallinari defensively.
After he spent baseline on him, left Gallo in the wind, and had a clean dunk with Trae Young. Trae Young stepped up and moved out the way. And he passed to Matisse, who went up, got fouled. They were down 2. Matisse went up, missed the first one, made the second one. They could have tied the ball game up if Ben dunks the ball. It's a total different ball game. Matisse misses. Now they down 1. It's over. It's a whole different ball game. So,
and then he brings up KD in the net.
Stop it.
As if that similar situation is like as if Ben Simmons is walking.
It's not easy to win.
No, bro. KD went God level.
No, it's not easy to win, especially when you don't put the work in. Then so you didn't hear Doc. Man. So they asked Doc.
I did see Doc when he said that. I don't know if they asked him, is he a
can he win a point
on the championship team?
Exactly. And Doc was like, man, I don't know. That said it all to me, man. No, he can't. First of all.
But why didn't Doc just say, yeah, Joe? Why didn't Doc just say?
Because this is the same guy who said Ty Lue was going to have the same issues with Paul George.
If I'm Elton Brand, I'm like, gee, you just ruined it. Like, now I can never. I was going to have a tough time moving Ben Simmons anyway, but now you throw him under the bus and you don't think he can be a championship point guard?
I mean, it's
That's
obvious.
My whole play.
I feel like Doc feels like it's obvious. And number one, let's just get this straight.
It's obvious.
Let's just get this straight. Number one, Ben Simmons is not a point guard.
That's thank you,
That's
Gino.
a fake play on Magic.
That's the biggest issue.
It's a fake play on trying to make him the next Magic Johnson.
Trying to make him LeBron. Trying to make him
he has nothing that
the positionless player.
First off, he got regulation handles. He has regulation vision. They talk about this outstanding vision he got. Man, stop it.
Nah.
Stop it. That man is as regulation.
To make him Magic with that one.
That man is as regulation as they come. And the fact that he has not worked on his game one single bit, the guy is worried more about pop culture than anything. I blame the Philadelphia 76ers organization as much as I blame Ben Simmons. And his trade value has definitely taken a tumble. But I told you on the low, and I'm going to keep that between me and you, about where I think Ben is going to end up next year.
Look, bro. Look, Gino. I heard the Embiid post game too, and he threw Ben under. Did you see the part where he said, "I don't want to call anybody out, but I think the game changed
when we
when we missed the free throw and they went down and scored." I'm like, it's over for Ben in Philly, G. And he may have gotten stole on in the locker room after that. Like, I don't put that out of the realm that somebody wanted to steal on him, but.
Sadiq said, breaking news, Philly trades Ben Simmons for Tim Tebow.
That sounds about equal trade value. That sounds about, yeah. But yeah, hey, Gino, Kobe White for Ben Simmons.
Nope. Keep that man out of my city, Joe.
What you think, DJ?
No.
No, you want to keep Kobe White
Over Ben Simmons? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
C.J. McCollum to Philly, Ben Simmons to Portland, Kristaps Porzingis out of Dallas to Portland with Dame.
Gino, and you just added like 10 minutes to the segment because if that happens,
And I'm not speaking on it no more. I'm just you hear that, you heard it here first.
if that happens,
I'm leaving that there.
Say it again.
C.J. to Philly for Ben Simmons.
Portland gets worse.
The money matches.
Money
Kristaps
matches, but
ain't
the
happy
talent,
in Dallas.
The talent doesn't.
Well, the talent might because now Ben Simmons can be in his natural position at the 3. And he ain't got to worry about being the number 1 or 2 option on
But
the team.
doesn't that put more on Dame's plate?
No, now you got Kristaps who can open up the floor. Now, I mean, you still got to add something else. Hey, maybe you get Seth back. Should have never let Seth go in the first place. They let him go to Remember, Seth was on that Portland team that went to the Western Conference Finals.
Dame, I hope you're listening. Get out of there. Get out of there, man.
Dame ain't getting out of there, man.
I hope he's knocking on. Who's the guys? Who's the management over there? Whoever it is. Please, Dame, go and force the issue. Please go and force the issue. Like, what about Dame in Philly? What? You know what I mean? What about
now you got to move
Ben Simmons, Tobias, and all your in a couple of first round picks for Dame?
Now you got Dame and Joel.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like that's how Dame has to be thinking.
Dame has to be thinking, I'm good in Portland, and I'm straight. And if I don't win a ship, hey, man, I'm just telling you.
I don't even remember. Like, who did they lost to Denver, right?
Who got swept by Phoenix.
Pieced up. It is time to go. It is time to go, Dame.
Hey, man.
I couldn't even remember who they lost to, G. Like, the Nuggets just got erased.
They definitely.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Dame, you're a little bit further down that totem pole in the West than I think, we want to admit. And it's not because of Dame, you know what I mean?
But what did I tell y'all, man? It's a lot of guys in the NBA who obviously great players want to win championships.
Yeah,
but there are a lot of guys who not winning the championship ain't the end of the world, bro.
Yeah, but Dame is still playing. It's not the end of the world if you retire and you didn't get it.
If I don't have to, I'm Joe. I'm not clicking up, bro. Like I don't. That's not my style.
But see, now it's not clicking up. It
is clicking up.
To get like it's not going down in Portland.
If I go get up with Joel Embiid, that's clicking up.
That's an upgrade, G. Like, Joel can't do it by himself.
He got Ben Simmons and Tobias.
And we've learned that that's like me and DJ. You feel me?
Me, you,
no
and
disrespect,
DJ.
DJ.
Yeah, me, you, and DJ.
You feel me?
I hear you, man. I'm just telling you from I'm a viable source, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you what it is, man.
And
89%.
I'm trying to plead with Dame.
Hey, Dollar. I know you on the soil, low key watching the brothers from the crib.
Portland will forever love you, bro. You won't lose anything in Portland if you decided that you've done all you can do. Okay? And then on top of this, look who's left, G. D-Book, Giannis, Trae Young. Like, one of those guys is going to get a ring.
Say that again.
D-Book, Giannis, or Trae Young. One of those guys.
You mean this year?
One of those guys is getting the ring. If I'm Dame, I'm like, no way. Can't get
D-Book was drafted by Phoenix. Giannis was drafted by Milwaukee.
Yep.
Trae Young was drafted by Atlanta. They didn't click up.
That's a good point. But still.
Portland on paper was good enough to beat the Denver Nuggets.
What year is Dame in?
10. This will be 10 coming up.
This is just feeling more and more like KG in Minnesota.
All you can in Portland. 10 years.
Speak to him, DJ.
10 years, man. You got to get up out of there. I'm with him. You got to leave, bro. I don't know about clicking up, but you got to leave out of Portland.
That's a click up then. If you leave Portland and go wherever you go, that's a click up. Because where he going to go? To L.A. with LeBron and AD?
No.
That's a click up. If
No.
you go to Milwaukee with Giannis and Christmas, that's a click up. You go wherever you go, it's a click up unless you go with Zach LaVine and Vucevic, that's a click up. I mean, that's Huff to me, but I don't want to see Dame in Chicago. I mean, I would love to see Dame at the crib.
Gino, come on.
To cover Dame, but
Dame is Zach and
no
Vooch.
way.
That would be nasty.
No way.
No
way.
That's not better than anything he's had in Portland over the last 5 years.
It sounds like it. They ain't going to the Eastern Conference Finals with that. Dame and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
And I'm not big on that.
But you big on Dame, Zach, and Vucevic.
In Chicago. I mean, like,
okay,
come on,
you
it's
homer
a little
now.
bit of bias. Exactly. Like I'm trying.
It's
to
got a
swing
chance. Gone.
Exactly. We got a chance. We got to swing, but I'm totally looking at Dame.
Okay.
As one
Dame's,
of the guys that
if it was the perfect, if Dame could go anywhere, what would be the perfect situation for you?
I would love to see him in Denver with the Joker and either Jamal Murray or Michael Porter.
So would you let? I would take Dame, the Joker, and Michael Porter. I like Jamal Murray. I think he's a great player, but I would let him rotate. I would see the ceiling of Michael Porter Jr. I would rather see that,
especially you know what I mean. And you know what, Gino, I feel like that's a little bit deeper than that because yes, Jamal Murray is currently hurt, but Michael Porter Jr. is healthy for like the first time in 3 years, like 2 or 3 years.
High school.
Yeah, exactly. So you hope that stays the same, but I feel like you're looking at Jamal Murray and Michael Porter as kind of in the same boat. And Jamal had, he had the great playoff run last year. Michael Porter kind of had a coming out party, but then they got swept.
He was missing that first series against Portland. He was there 20 a night every night.
Who?
Porter Jr.
Oh yeah.
And then that against the Suns, he was bad. Like he was like he struggled for 15 every night.
Yeah, that's because Chris Paul was putting him in that pick and roll. You got to play both ends of the court. Now it's cool when you can run down you guarding Rob Covington on the first game, and Rob ain't a threat offensively, so you can play one end of the ball. Chris Paul, come on out here, bro.
Man, I like Dame in a few places, man. I like Dame in Miami. If they can,
Jimmy, and Bam.
And Bam with some decent pieces around him after that.
I heard Miami is high on Kyle Lowry next year.
Well, if that's the case, we won't have to worry about them. Who else? I like him on Philly. I like that Embiid and Dame. Yes. And see, now here's where I don't think it'll be clicking up because then you're just talking about the classic guard center recipe. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's Joel Embiid, but you got a point guard in the center.
But like you said, how does that work? How do they get Dame in Philly? Who do they?
Ben, Tobias, and
Tobias too.
Tobias too,
okay.
and 3 first-round picks. You know what I mean? Somehow you get them as many first-round picks as they want. You know what I mean?
The offense, don't send Dame there if you're gonna run every play to the high post and just work from that. That was the whole Philadelphia game yesterday. We literally watched the whole play. When you put him on the block, like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, it was annoying me, DJ,
man,
how much they kept throwing this man the ball at the high post or at the 3. It's like, and I know he got the meniscus injury.
That was frustrating.
But why not? Why throw? So that's even more of my point. Why not put him on the block where he got less work to do? You got 2 dribbles.
Put him closer to the basket.
Come on, brother. Come on, Doc.
Jabs.
They got this man at the 3-point line. This man, like he's Dirk.
I didn't see him go inside not once yesterday. Like off the post. Like it was jab,
dribble, 3 dribble. Yeah.
Turning away. The spins went to the opposite direction outside of the lane. All of that. Like.
So I told you my situation for Dame, and I feel like this is what Milwaukee needs, whether they win the NBA Finals or not. I feel like Milwaukee needs Bradley Beal. That's what they need. But I wouldn't mind. Now I would love to see Dame.
Now that's a major click.
It ain't no more major click up than nowhere else though. Wherever he goes is a click up is what I'm saying.
But see, that's the NBA though.
That's exactly.
NBA, if you're looking at the Nets, you know what I'm saying. Look at that.
That's a super click up.
That's a click up. Like James Harden. He made that happen. I'm not going to play here until you trade me to the Nets.
Right.
You know,
I'm going to look like a bum. I'm going to still give you 30 and 15, but I'm going to look like a bum till I can get up out of it.
That's what they do, you know. Drew Holiday actually clicked up with them and went there, you know. Like, that's what they do now.
Well,
like
Drew was a free agent, though, wasn't he?
Or did he get traded from the Pelicans?
Yeah.
And then they signed him to that big deal, that max deal. Okay.
Yeah, you know, so like you said, that's the whole NBA now. So you sit, you playing against teams that's already got 2-3 superstars, and you sitting in there, you trying to be Allen Iverson. You know, that's why he never won. It was Allen Iverson, and then it was McKee,
Aaron McKee,
you know
Eric
it was
Snow.
Nobody. It was nobody to help him when you playing against Shaq and Kobe. Like
done.
Fried.
Y'all lucky y'all got game 1.
Fried.
Right.
And that was it.
So I think like he has to leave though. Like you have to leave and click up with another superstar. That's just how it is. You know, like when you go to the rec and you hoop, do you pick the bomb players first?
Oh, I don't pick well, that ain't how we play. But I don't want the best player. I want the guys that y'all don't want. So when I beat y'all, I can show y'all how to win. And that's why I feel like me and Dame kind of share the same sentiments, because I think he feels the same way. It's like, okay, just put the regular season basketball and playoff basketball are two different beasts, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing against C.J. McCollum, because I love C.J. C.J. is a phenomenal scorer.
Absolutely. Crafty, talented.
But Coutinho Mobley and Steve Francis never won nothing with Yao Ming.
And it was Yao and T-Mac. But forget, they also was playing against
Shaq and Kobe. I agree with that. But
exactly,
I'm just saying, like, I don't think Dame is going anywhere. So I don't. Sorry, guys. I would love to see him. Like I said, Dame and Giannis. You got LeBron and AD. You got KD, Kyrie, and James.
If that's the case, then man, I'm tired of watching a little engine that could. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know what Dame can do. You know what I mean? But I don't want to see him pull the John Henry act every single play. You know what I mean? And he be gone in a second.
Hold on. So let me read a few of these comments for y'all.
Let's see what the people think.
So our boy Showtime, shout out to Showtime. Showtime said Dame would be great in Boston with Jason Tatum. And then Sadiq said, well, who's coaching? And that plays a huge role, because Terry Stotts, that was his offensive philosophy, the way the Portland Trail Blazers played.
All his basketball life, his NBA.
That was Terry Stotts' offensive scheme. So, you know, all of that depends, like the Portland situation. Who's coming in to coach? What's going to be the philosophy? Is there going to be, like Tibbs was the defensive guy, is there going to be a Mike D'Antoni? Because Mike D'Antoni is out here looking for a gig too. Does he take the back seat?
No.
Does he take the back seat and become the offensive guru? Does he don't got to be the head coach?
If that's the case, absolutely. Which should have been the case years ago. Because I don't know who keeps giving this man head coaching jobs. Houston tweets.
You know why?
Yeah, bro. But even if he's the offensive coordinator though, like how many times are we gonna see the run and gun? We've been watching Steve Nash and them do it. I mean, it's like, come on, Mike D'Antoni's way of basketball has been proven to be not championship level.
BC is feeling me. BC said Dollar just had some twins and built a crib in Portland. He ain't trying to leave that city.
Man, look. Why does that matter?
What do you mean? Life don't matter?
This is basketball, G. He can go take them wherever he wants.
No, not after you done built your life in a city for 10 years.
Okay, cool. Then let's stop worrying about Portland.
Ain't nobody worried. That's what I'm telling y'all.
If that's what's going to keep, and this, no disrespect to the family man aspect. I'm a family man, but if that's
life is more important than basketball, Joe. I'm just telling you. And I got to keep it, kind of player. So I can't go too far. But I'm just telling you, BC is on point. Life is bigger than, it's a game, Joe. It's a job.
It is.
89% of NBA players in the history of the game do not have a championship, bro.
And if Dame is playing his basketball career like that, I don't care.
No, I don't think he's playing his basketball like that. He wants to win a championship, but he wants to do it his way, the same way he's done it his way since high school. I didn't J down.
Have come out of like I said, we've seen KG
all day.
Be in that same situation.
That's all I'm saying. We've seen KG said the same thing. I'm trying to get one in Minnesota. Until in year 12, he was like, man, somebody was like, nah, KG.
Because I
need to rotate.
Is it a such thing as too much loyalty?
There is.
You know what I mean?
There is.
It's like I know Portland drafted you from Weber State. I know that you've been able to take your game to another level, and that the people of Portland love you. But
the love, bro.
Yeah, all things must conclude. Every beginning has an end.
I agree with that, but everybody is built different, bro.
Let me tell you, damn.
AI left.
AI got traded.
AI didn't leave on his own time.
But he wanted to leave, though.
I don't think AI.
Well, Larry Brown, I mean.
Now what you said, perfect scenario for what you said. The city of Philly got the most love for AI. Now, again, he didn't ask y'all. I mean, he did rant out and say, man, if y'all don't want me here, then, but that was emotion. AI didn't want to leave Philly. That was the perfect, tough, rugged, rough, hood. That was the perfect situation. It just didn't. It ended up not working out. Philly felt like they needed to go a different way. But I feel like that's the same thing. That kind of what you're saying. I mean, Dame isn't gonna get ousted out of Portland.
Nah.
But I feel like what you're saying is the same thing.
If Portland,
if he leaves
carpet.
Portland, Portland when he comes back,
he's good.
Sits courtside.
Oh, Dame, his jersey is going in the rafters regardless of how the rest of his career goes. Like what Dame has been able to do for this era of the Portland Trail Blazers is one of the most honorable works of art. You know what I mean? That we've had. Dame has put Portland on the map for this era of basketball, but they haven't done well at giving him anything.
Sadiq said the click up equals today's NBA.
It's true. When you go there,
but see now, how long has we say it's been the NBA for a long time? Like how? Like DJ, when would you say we started seeing teams click up? Because I don't want to call the Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen, Elijah Wan Rock. I ain't calling it
the old fart click up.
Exactly. Or the Karl Malone, Gary Payton, and on the Lakers click up.
So y'all calling Boston, the Celtics, 33-year-old Ray, KG, and Paul Pierce the first initial click up, or was LeBron Miami? No. LeBron.
The original Big Three is Boston.
Yeah.
That was the original Big Three.
That was
the original click up.
Yeah.
So now people will tell you, and this is why I kind of keep my basketball debates to a minimum, especially via social media, because people will tell you that guys been clicking up since forever. And
Mike and them, and
before that, they'll go back to Bird, McHale, and I'm like, bro, them people got drafted.
It was a different game.
Magic, Kareem, Big Game, Cooper,
Joe.
Byron Scott, them people got drafted. Like, that wasn't a click up.
Period.
So we're not. So
free agency was not like, you know what I mean?
No, we know free agency was totally different than it was.
Yeah, that was a blessing. What? Yeah, I mean, those were blessings right there. All those guys on one team.
So the Celtics. Ray Allen, KG, and Paul Pierce was the first original click up.
For sure. Well, I take that back. If you really go, like, the first that I say is the Lakers. Like, I go like to when they try to do like Gary Payton.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
they ain't win no shit, but I feel you. Yeah, but Gary Payton was almost cooked.
Yeah,
he did win one with that was was that before?
Miami.
That was before, right?
No, that
was after.
Wait a minute. Miami won. No, they won.
03, I think, something like
that.
No,
they won. Remember, Detroit won before Miami
This
did.
was the GP was on a Heat team.
Yeah,
after
Dallas.
After L.A., though, with Karl Malone. That's what I'm saying.
Like 01 or something like that, right? I think they tried that like 01 or
No, it was the year that the Detroit Pistons beat the Lakers after the three-peat. That team with Karl Malone and Gary Payton with Shaq and them was the year the Pistons beat the Did the Pistons sweep the Lakers? They didn't sweep them.
They won 4-1.
4-1.
It was a 5-game series.
Kobe hit that long three on the left hash.
Right.
Over him. And
right. But that was the year. So Gary won the ship after he clicked up with the Lakers.
See, I'm starting to feel like I just got a problem with the terminology.
With click up?
Yeah, man, because he's just going to a better situation. I'm looking at Portland like, gee, y'all got other problems. Y'all got a problem with where y'all are on the map, bro.
Yeah, man, I was right. They joined them 03.
That was 03?
Yeah.
BC said GP and Karl Malone going to the Lakers was ring chasing. That wasn't a click up.
Yeah, that was totally ring chasing. It was like, please let me get one more opportunity.
Karl Malone was 19 years in.
It's like, you know what? Fuck it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. He was 19 years in. So BC says The Heat and LBJ was the first click up. That Boston team came together through trades. See, now we gotta define the definition of clicking up.
See, now,
but wasn't it orchestrated
not
though?
Click up, right? We did say
Free
that
agency
is not click up.
No, free agency is the click up because now you can go wherever you want to go. So it's like if I hit T, if we all free agents and I hit T and I'm like, gee, I'm going to the Bulls this year.
But
hit DJ up and see what's his options and tell him, Joe, we need to go to Chicago this year.
How did that Boston team come together? Because who did they trade to get those pieces?
They had like the first pick, I think, or something like that. Like they had a real bad season the year before.
Yep.
20 games or something. So they had traded for KG and something like that. But yeah, like it was just like a first round draft pick for sure.
Boston Celtics traded for Kevin Garnett to solidify the Big Three reboot.
Because KG, did he have a trade clause? Yeah. Like he had to be approached about joining the Boston Celtics. Like he had to look at what was going on in Boston and say, okay, I want to be a part of that. He had to click up, basically. He had to agree that that's where they was clicking up. But
you know, him and Paul Pierce had that relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like, you know, like y'all two had that relationship. And if you get the opportunity to play with each other again, man, you know, you know what? I ain't won one. You ain't
nobody won one. Let's go and get one together. So
I'm just going off of just. I'm remembering interviews from KG, you know, when he was talking about that moment, saying that people were coming to him like, hey, something special could be going on in Boston.
You need to rotate out of Minnesota regardless of where you go. Get out of there.
Yeah, that was the basis for sure. But
so the Celtics got the 5th overall pick in the draft, in the 2007 draft.
Now, who did they take? I don't want to say who I think it was.
They traded the 5th pick along with Wally Zerbiak and Delonte West to the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah, plus a 2008 second-round pick in exchange
for Ray Allen and the 35th overall pick.
And Glenn Davis also.
And then they picked Jeff Green for Seattle. Kevin Garnett was traded for Al Jefferson, Ryan Gomes, Theo Ratliff, Gerald Green, Bassey, Sebastian Telfair.
And 2 first.
And Boston's 2009 first-round draft pick.
To land KG. So it wasn't a click up. They traded for him.
Yeah. And they definitely gave up their whole
Uncle
damn
Paulie
team.
was there already, so.
Exactly. Paul was already there. So, you know. I'm okay with not saying that's a click up. I'm okay with saying that was front office orchestrated. That was teams busting moves, and it was the perfect storm for Boston.
Click up, Joe. We gotta. Sadiq says click up equals player control movement. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, Boston was definitely front office orchestrated.
Right. But like you said, KG had a no trade clause, so KG had to also approve.
He needs to push the button.
But he knew what time it was.
He needs to. But see, now for a couple of years, that was the talk around KG. It's like, how long is he gonna stay at Timberwolves? He had lost Stephon, years before. It's like, look, mugs come to Minnesota to leave, bro. They don't come to stay. KG, make sure you got something left when it's time for you to go. So
the masses are saying Miami was the original click up. Cuz BC, I see guys out here saying Miami was the original click up.
I'm going with that as well because was it the Olympics where it all started to come? Where they started to have the conversations, or was it an All-Star weekend or something like that, where they was like, yeah, we're gonna be free agents in a couple of years, and Melo was involved then, but Melo was the one to say, I love y'all. But give me my own bag and my own team.
Give me the 30 M's. I don't need y'all. Let me go average a 30-pack. Let me lead the league in scoring.
And D-Wade was like, I'm already at the bottom of the map in South Beach, fam. I
got one already. I could get another 2.
And Chris Bosh and LeBron, while sitting in cold Cleveland
and Toronto
in February, like, you know what? South Beach sound nice, D-Wade. With Pat and them, oh, yeah, let's do that. Just give it a couple years, though. We'll wait till it's time. You know what I mean? That's the total click up.
So do we say because they was technically traded, because you know how they did that thing.
And yeah, but it gets buried, but it was only to make it work. Like they were calling the shots.
Yeah, that was a click up. And it's whatever with me. I'm not tripping. I'm just telling y'all.
So Dame going to like any other team.
That's a click up.
Him leaving Portland
That's
at all
a click up.
is a clip up. Is a click up.
That's a click up.
I don't know about that one.
Damn, shooting that ball 5-4. You trying to win a championship. You is not shooting that ball. Every time you miss, man, you like, oh, man, and then you keep redoing it. At some point, man, you have to, you coming there to win a ship. Like, man, 10 years, I gave you 10 years, and that's why Bron left. I gave you 7 years, and y'all gave me El Gauskis, a dude that's screwing my mama.
El Gauskis.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my home life.
Who else they had? But it was like nobodies, though. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you
Boozer.
leave, man. Leave.
And again, bro, Dame won't. He's in a special place where Dame won't lose anything. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the rest of the league understands. Like Portland fans will understand. Dame has been our guy.
Hey, bro, I'm just telling y'all what it is, man. Dame in Portland back next season. If y'all see Kristaps Porzingis in Portland.
That's only gonna blow me, man.
Hey, man, you a Joel Embiid fan. Worry about Joel and Ben and what's going on. First of all,
marriage is over. You know what I mean?
We need to worry about what's going on at the United Center.
Do we? Like, can we just wait till after the playoffs? Like, can we wait till the draft at least? Like,
well, enough of Dame and enough of them other guys. We still haven't talked about Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks and their upcoming series with Milwaukee, and we haven't talked about the Clippers and the Suns. So
you're right.
Let's take our 12:30 break, and we still got to talk Cubs and White Sox before we get out of here.
You see what Dame would do? And sorry, White Sox fans, I'm on. Yeah, we don't really have to talk White Sox.
No, we're gonna talk White Sox because the Cubs and the Sox have been huffed. Can we just wait till
after they play the Pirates?
No, we're gonna talk about the huff that those guys displayed over the last few games.
Shout out to Tim Anderson.
Hey, can I get a discussion? Did y'all think that Kemba Walker got traded for nothing?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I like Moses Brown. I think Boston got a good pick in Moses Brown.
It's a sleeper. That's a sleeper trade because, like I told you, Gino, I feel like Moses and those draft picks were the focal point. You just needed Kemba and Al Horford to
kind of make it happen. Yeah.
But I feel like Kemba and Al Horford are kind of like the secondary.
They couldn't even wait till the season was over, man.
Yeah, but you know they're guys. You got Brad Stevens and Sam Presti. Like, have you ever seen those? You've never seen them in the same place.
Freaking frack.
It could be the same like mug. So
they trade you in your sleep, right?
I swear.
Kemba, sorry, we just got bounced. But yeah, go ahead and pack your bags.
Take us to break, DJ. We'll be back on the other side to talk Atlanta Hawks, Milwaukee Bucks, LA Clippers, Phoenix Suns, and a little Cubs and White Sox, man. You're on the soil with the bigs.
WIIFTBP. We all remember our life before COVID-19. The parades, the lakefront barbecues, taste of Chicago, the happy hours, and most importantly, loving those unforgettable moments with our friends and families. Getting Chicago vaccinated is what will make the activities we miss safe for everyone. So let's get back to it, Chicago. Let's come together to end this pandemic. Find your vaccine at chi.gov/COVIDvax.
Do you feel like you played your last few minutes here in Philadelphia?
I feel like we just lost game 7. That's about it.
Would you like to remain in Philadelphia?
Pardon?
Would you like to remain in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, I love being in Philly. You know, I love this organization. The fans are great people. I mean, I had a bad series. I expect that. It's Philly.
Then Doc said that there's work to do, and he and you need to get into the gym. What do you think the work is that needs to be done, and I guess prioritized? Is it free throw shooting? Is it being more aggressive? Is it perimeter shooting? What is it in your game that you think you need to improve first?
I think all of it. You hit on all of it. I didn't shoot well from the line this series. Offensively, I wasn't there. I ain't doing enough for my teammates. But there's a lot. There's a lot of things I need to work on.
You gave up a dunk opportunity, and I don't know if you answered this earlier, but you gave up a dunk opportunity right there. And I know you're a pass-first guy, but you're also 6'10" and 240. Is there something going on in your head where you just feel like you can't shoot at sometimes?
Nah, I just assumed Gallo was coming over my back, and then Collins moved out, and so I thought we just had a wide open dunk. I mean, I feel like I found my guys tonight, which I do in the regular season regardless. You know, with the trade, shoot. I think.
Yeah, he was terrible. 5 for 23.
Yeah, he had a tough night. Offensively, I probably didn't do enough. There's a lot of things. You gotta go back and watch the game, but there's a lot of things that I didn't do well this series.
But do you feel like there's something that is different in the postseason with what makes you perceived to be the player that you are different than in the regular season?
No, I'm not gonna let you say that. We lost. It sucks. I am who I am. It is what it is. You know, it's not easy to win, and it shows. You know.
This is it. One. The red letter edition. Big Luda. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. Before I finish breathing, I'm moving the masses like minister speeches, penning classics as I finish my thesis. Not a pastor or a preacher. My passion is deeper. Rapper / teacher trying to master the teachings past the sinister streets and moving bags past the police is speeding fast in the evening. The truth is it's all about eating, but I'm feeding food for thought for those either fasting or feasting. Putting faith in my beliefs when I'm speaking, looking straight till I'm decent at peace with no fear, believing it's real. I tell them it's heaven, but it's hard when you talking to niggas with no ears. From clouds of chronic coughing and sessions off, walking and stressing, straight lost in the essence. I pause for a second with my thoughts and reflections. I take my losses as lessons, but it's all just a blessing, and that's the mess. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, in an instant, friendships in quick in the music business. It used to be just music, now it's just business. The relentless pursuit for loot, dividends and interest, hidden agendas, leaving you defenseless against them. Not to mention intentions to benefit from you penning authentic sentences. Shit for the spinach, niggas done did it. Listen, while you scribbling, picturing images of living on premises, surrounded by fences and different women in silky linens, bending and grinning, intended rentals, you slipping, cause these Vicks is out, tricking your chips in. The game's cutthroat, rules was laid back in the day before rappers got paid by sponsors, slung dope, and shit ain't really changed besides the amount of change. The game, famous names, so these lames get front, so I changed the game, see my future through the blunt smoke, so high, looking at my future through the blunt smoke. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, I'm invincible, guarded by two identical, invisible guardian angels that guard every angle of my physical frame. Spiritual miniature ministers whispering, keeping me on the top of my game. Lessons to gain, pleasure and pain. Like my eyes, they reside on the left and right side of my brain. Quietly praying, navigating my aspirations past the calculated statements while I'm grabbing my flame. Wasting in the basement, pacing, placing words on pages, blazing my merch to the face. I'm blowing life in the air. I sold my soul to the Lord for a price of a prayer. Yeah, so my nights can be clear when I sit still, writing His will in His likeness, like Him, cause I'm knowing He'll save me. He told me to spit and don't let the devil take the gifts that He gave me. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me.
John Ross on this here now. John, there were 20 players within 5 shots of the lead to start the day. For those of us watching, it felt like all of them had a chance to win at some point. What was it like for you?
What's good? You back down on the soil, rocking with the Bigs on What's in It for the Black People Media. You're listening to the Bigs with Eugene, McIntosh, and Terrence, Tomlin. Right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Close to the lead, and I told myself, well, let's be one of those names that ends up on top of the game.
So, John, since you
they calling us the Bigs. and not because I size.
We are back on the soil. Live from the What's In It for the Black People studio. Shout out to everybody tuned in, joining the conversation, man. You know we always love to look at the comments and see that y'all are throwing your opinions into the conversation. It means so much to us. Thank y'all for rocking with the bigs. Gino.
Definitely, man. Shout out to the family members always, bro.
Real quick, shout out to the new studio. Y'all can't see it, but it's beautiful in here right now. And I'm looking at the screen. Gino, we look better than ever. Shout out to for the guys making us look good.
Tell me about it, man. Shout out to Maze getting the studio right. Shout out to the What's In It for the Black People Media family members. DJ holding us down behind the boards. Cousin 2 and Herb coming up next. What I said. It's a beautiful thing going on over here, man. Shout out to ownership. You know, we can't leave that out, man. It's all
business of owning. Yes,
it's all about ownership, man. Over here at the What's In It for the Black People Media Network, man. We shout out to everybody that keeps us afloat. There would be none of this without the people, and it's all about helping us continue to push the content and the culture forward.
Period.
And ownership is the key word, man. Black voices are much, much needed. It's great to see the black voices and hear the black voices on these major networks.
Period.
Shout out to our guys who are doing big things. BC,
Yes.
Cam Smith, SD,
man,
Chris Kaysen.
Hands down, my favorite guys, man. Every guy you just named, BC, Cam, C4, SD.
And all the other guys. I hate to start naming names and not name everybody because I feel like when you leave people out, they feel like you kind of.
Oh, yeah, we don't ever want to do that. SD, if you're listening, I'm coming for you, bro. Yeah, I was ignoring my celly over the weekend, and I saw that he dropped a text in my inbox. So I'm coming for you after this one, SD.
Yeah, man, we own it, though, man. Ownership, bro. That's what we doing over here. But, man, we got about 15 minutes, man. Let's get into the Atlanta Hawks versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Before we get into it, though.
DJ, this man he has me still wanting to talk about Ben Simmons. You guys,
no, we ain't talking about
I'm so disgusted at my man.
I don't even know why you disgusted. He is who he is, man.
I didn't hear those post game comments until just now, so I'm over here like just disgusted. Like that was absolutely petty.
That man said, "I am who I am."
I
Boy,
am.
you 24 years old.
You know that's
Stop
the Popeye line. I grew up watching Popeye the cartoon. Like I am what I am.
Right.
It's like no, man. Like what you are cannot be who you are. You know what I mean? Right now, period.
Yeah, I blame the Sixers as an organization as much as I blame Ben Simmons.
He needs to go holler at Lonzo Ball, like, and whoever got Lonzo's jumper.
His daddy. You ever seen? And I'm not gonna get into Ben's family life because I don't know anything about his family life. I know he's an Australian kid, and I just leave that at that. But
shout out to
LeVar Ball because he called out what was gonna happen. And he got 2 of his boys in the league flourishing right now. So all the BBB haters, all the BBB haters, y'all know what y'all can do. Atlanta versus Milwaukee, bro.
Okay, let's do it.
Before we get into it,
let's do it.
What's your
my prediction on this one?
Yeah.
And you see now, I can't let how much I love what Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks are doing. Like I don't want to go overboard. But I feel like this is another series that could go 6 games. And Trae Young has that killer in him that I just feel like I want them to find a way to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. You feel me? Like the way the Hawks play basketball, I don't want them to lose. You feel me? Like I'll be not only am I entertained, but they play such a smart brand of basketball at such a fast pace. Like these guys are legit, and I don't feel like you can go into this Milwaukee Bucks series just giving it to the Bucks, bro. You know what I mean? And I asked you what I asked you about the Nets earlier because it was going to lead into the way I feel about the Bucks right now versus the Hawks. The Bucks aren't here if the Nets are not even at full strength. If they just got 1 or 2 of their 4 missing guys, I think we're talking about Nets versus Atlanta instead of Bucks versus Atlanta. Gino, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm saying the Hawks pull this one out in 7.
Hawks in 7.
I think Trae Young, even though his off days, will be the best player in this series. I feel like John Collins is becoming like one of T's favorite players. Yeah, I mean, John Collins is moving his way up into just players that I'm like, okay, yeah, this dude is that dude. John Collins, yesterday at the beginning of that game, it was back and forth pretty much the whole game, but Atlanta had fell into a three-point spell. You feel me? Like where every time down it was a three and it was a clunker. John Collins got the ball, bro, and had an open three. Took a step in, knocked down a 15, 20 footer from the elbow and got them back going. I'm like, these dudes are smart. Like John Collins is young, but man, it was such a smart thing to do, and he did that throughout the course of the game. I would love to see these guys move on and get to the finals versus. And are we gonna are we predicting the West at the same time? I mean, are we gonna wait for a second?
We can get to that, but I mean, I wouldn't. Anything is possible. It's NBA basketball, and to me, I feel like in order to win an NBA championship, you have to have, unless you got like Shaq or you got Kobe or you got one of those guys, you have to have superior point guard play. And I mean, Drew Holiday is a very good point guard.
A vet. You know what I mean?
But Chris Paul, Trae Young, who's in? Oh,
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie is good, though.
Reggie Jackson is playing out of his mind.
Reggie is a scorer, though. Reggie is more of a scorer than, the old school traffic cop type of point guards.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely like head down, I'm getting the bucket here.
Yeah, but you have to have spectacular play from your point guard position to win an NBA championship. So the way Trae Young's been playing, and again, I'm giving the credit
to Nate.
Big credit to the Hawks. They're talented. Like you said, John Collins, Trae. They missing two of their young guys, DeAndre Hunter and Karen Reddish. But then you got Gallo, who's a vet. You got Lou Will, who's numerous Sixth Man of the Year.
You know what he can do.
You got Kevin Werder and Bogdanovich, who played through a knee injury yesterday. So they have the talent. But I definitely got to give a shout-out to Nate McMillan. And let's give a shout-out to 3 of the 4 remaining head coaches being black.
The brothers.
Yeah.
Monty, Ty,
and Nate.
Yep.
So, and Monty gave the credit. He said
Monty Williams not get Coach of the Year, but and I ain't taking nothing
away from Tibbs. Yeah, but it's cool. Those the hashtag. Those that know.
They bogus for that one, G.
But Monty is a disciple of Nate McMillan, and give credit to Nate McMillan for again instilling character in those guys, instilling an identity in those guys, instilling a defensive identity in those guys. I feel like, they just wasn't into what Lloyd Pierce was about. Lloyd Pierce doesn't have the background. He doesn't have the resume that Nate McMillan has. So Nate
he's been in the league for 40 years.
Nate, if you look at his
30
career
years
as a player, if you knew Nate McMillan as a player, then you would understand who he is as a coach. That was my era.
And when he was the Sonics, right?
Seattle Supersonics. He was a tough defender. He was a guy you could count on. He was a high IQ guy. So give props to Nate. But I'm taking Milwaukee in 6. I feel like Trae Young will have maybe not his hands full with Drew Holiday, but I feel like he'll get more of a defensive presence. Like I said, Philly, they were going to have trouble whoever they tried to throw Danny Green at him game 1. He ended up out for the season. Not saying Trae broke him up like that, but that's what happened. Yes. And then you saw the adjustments or the non-adjustments.
Yeah, we saw the non-adjustments.
So, but I feel like Drew Holiday is a much more formidable
definitely
defender.
on the offensive end. Trae Young.
Then Trae, exactly.
Yeah,
that's how you make him play on the other end.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I still feel like Milwaukee, Drew Holiday, Giannis, and Chris Middleton.
And I didn't mention my boy Giannis. And honestly, like I said, I like the way that he showed that he's not that he's improved his game. I like this this version of Giannis. So I don't want to take anything away from him in this Hawks Bucks series because I don't know who do you throw on Giannis if you're the Hawks to try to affect him.
Nobody's gonna stop Giannis. Yeah. The only way he stops himself is if he starts to live outside of that 15-foot, starts shooting threes, which I'm sure that's just a foregone thought.
Come on, Nate.
Post game, inside work. Mike Budenholzer's got to find different ways to get him involved.
We talk about Doc Rivers, but what about Budenholzer?
Bud is one of them guys too, man. He's definitely still on the fences. He's one of them guys who I'm still looking at like, hey, man, you got to show me something, bro, because Nate McMillan is not going to be out-coached. They're going to win because they're going to be more talented.
Exactly.
And their star players are going to come through at the end of the day. So I'm looking forward to a good series, though. I think Atlanta, they're using it as bulletin board material. No all-stars, no award winners, no nothing, just a bunch of young guys. You got a vet with Lou Will that can kind of come in and help lead the way. So I wouldn't put it past Atlanta, bro.
You know what? I saw a lot of talk on Twitter, a lot of disappointed NBA fans at the fact that it's no KD, no LeBron, no Steph, none of the super fan favorites in this one. But honestly, if and I know you guys have, but if you've been watching the league, bruh, this is about to be a fire series. Like, I don't think that this is about to be a super walk, a walk in the park for Milwaukee at all.
No, it's the playoffs.
Trae Young is a problem. One of the quickest guards I've seen. You know what I mean? You can't keep this man out of the lane.
You just got to continue to step his play up, man. You ain't gonna be able to go 5 for 25 against Milwaukee.
No, yeah,
and not pay for it down the stretch.
Yesterday, he he was fortunate that as cold as he was, he had
Kevin Werder, that Doc Rivers left Seth Curry on that island
from the first quarter all the way to the end of the game. Like, I'm looking at this man like, they really about to let him hit him from the same spots all game? Like, 15-footers just walking around, just around the world for 4 quarters.
And all you stat geeks and stat nerds and super sabermetric analytical guys,
that was their worst nightmare.
I know y'all are scrambling right now.
This playoffs is really their worst nightmare. Look at what D-Book is doing. We can go to the West real quick,
DJ, what you got? Milwaukee or Atlanta?
I got Milwaukee in 6, only because of the players. Because I do think that the better coach is on the Atlanta Hawks, and I saw that before we went into the overtime yesterday when you had an extra timeout and you called a timeout, drew a play with 2.5, and you inbound the ball to Brook Lopez in the right corner.
And he just looked like
confused on with an extra timeout with 6 seconds, just
Brook Lopez
use the other timeout
and run up something else. Right.
But I think if it was like switched, then like if the better players was on Atlanta or like even, for sure it'd be like a 7 games, and then I take Atlanta. But I got the Bucks in 6 too.
Okay,
$2 and 6.
And
I just think Milwaukee got too much for the Hawks.
They left Seth Curry on there because nobody guards nobody. Like everybody kept saying, PJ Tucker was the best defender on KD. Listen to me. If you come out there and you drop 48 a night, that man didn't guard him.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
PJ Tucker made it tough for KD, but KD he's the top 3 scorer of all time.
And KD was turning the ball over all game.
On the Bucks team, who won 2 defensive player awards on their team?
The guy that didn't want to guard KD.
Come on, man.
Right. End of story.
Defensive player of the year.
Clippers and Suns.
Oh, Suns. I mean, come on. Y'all know I'm not flipping now.
You know he live in Arizona. He
is. He just flew back this morning, man.
But and you know what I mean? Look at how the Suns are playing. You know what I mean? Even without Chris Paul.
No, great job by Devin Booker. Again, BC was the only guy that I know, and I see a couple
he
people.
Definitely was.
He's been flying the Devin Booker flag since we've known him. So shout out to BC.
When he was the youngest player in the league, BC was letting us know.
I remember Devin Booker didn't even start at Kentucky because them bum Harrison twins was getting all the rock.
Harrison
and now
twins,
see who's about to be an all-time great. Probably playing overseas somewhere or running a company somewhere, whatever.
Marketing, man.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I'm looking for Phoenix. I mean, I think it'll be tough. I think it'll be a tough series. The Clippers just came off of that game on Friday, so they had less than 48 hours to fly to Phoenix, get a little rest, and come out yesterday ready to play. It was a good game all the way to the end. D-Book stepped up. Triple-double. First triple-double of all, ever.
Yeah.
Great time to have it. And
game one of the Western Conference Finals.
It just showed, the faith that Monty Williams has in his guys, the wherewithal of those guys, missing, an MVP candidate and one of the greatest of all time, Chris Paul, who I think you saw what Campaign said. He said, man.
Campaign, bruh.
Hey, bruh, when you got somebody that's teaching you.
Yes.
and you want to listen and you want to get better.
You got the Bulls out here talking about after one practice we knew campaign.
I wish they would have put that person on blast. I mean, I can only imagine who it was, but
how dirty is that, bro?
That's a whole nother combo. Shout out to Campaign for starting in the Western Conference Finals
and holding it down.
He had 11 and 9 and 1 turnover. He said, "Man,
yes,
Chris Paul's influence
permeates.
Whether he's there or not, he been hitting me up all weekend, telling me, man, you know, it's going to tee up in the playoffs. It's going to be loud in the arena. Just stay focused, move on to the next play, and keep the guys in it." So shout out to Phoenix for showing improvement yesterday.
Am I crazy for, like, rooting for a Hawks Suns finals? Like, who would have called that?
A Bucks Suns, well, a Bucks Clippers final, I guess that would be more up the NBA's alley. But
and why? Like, what's going on with Kawhi, y'all? I know they just don't want to. They just don't want to announce what we all. I feel like no. You know that scene in The Godfather where they're telling Vito that Sonny got killed, and they don't want to tell him, and Vito just comes out and says, "There have been cars coming in my garage all day. Tell me what everybody else seems to already know." Okay, well, Kawhi, he's gone.
Yeah,
okay?
it would be. I know there's something in the NBA protocol and in the rule books where if a guy is out, like if Kawhi had an ACL injury, then sooner or later they would have to.
Period. So because he didn't travel to Phoenix,
right? So maybe he's they got the best treatment ever. So maybe he's getting this 24-hour around-the-clock treatment.
Exactly.
And maybe he's looking to make a comeback, maybe Game 3.
Now, let me say, I truly hope Kawhi returns to this series. You know what I mean? If Kawhi finds a way back onto the court and can play, some semblance of his game, then that's huge. I feel like the Clippers are going to end up needing Kawhi before the Suns are going to need CP3. You know what I mean? So, That's an interesting series, bro. I feel like the Clippers, they'll find some footing. I love the way they closed out the Jazz. Yeah, I love the way they shut the door on those guys. And I told you in the last installment on the Soil, I didn't know if they could do that. But when you got Reggie Jackson playing out of his mind and Pat Bev hitting jumpers like anything he puts up is fall. Yeah, so.
Well, so we don't know when Chris Paul is coming back. We don't know when don't know if Kawhi is coming back at all. I'm taking Phoenix in 6.
So you're going for a Phoenix Bucks finals.
I'm with BC. The Hawks and Suns will probably be the better NBA finals.
I want that one.
But I feel like the Clippers and the Bucks, since they have,
For some reason, I don't want to see the Clippers in the finals. I'm like,
me either. I wanted the Clippers out. I wanted the Clippers out. I wanted the Clippers out against Dallas.
I want them out against Utah.
Well, we knew that wasn't happening.
But Kawhi, if Kawhi,
But they had no. I don't understand how Utah lose with no Kawhi. Like you got to.
They didn't have another ball handler. Mike Conley Jr. was a shell of himself. Game 7. They needed another. Joe Ingles. He's cool, but he ain't my secondary ball handler.
Yeah, for doses of Joe Ingles.
Donovan Mitchell, he put up the numbers, but he still showed that he's still young. He still got some work to do. He still got to get his mid-range game going.
Dame can go there.
So on that note,
let him know, DJ.
Yeah. So on that note, the Cubs. The Cubs are at Wrigley Field tonight. They have a 2-game series against the Cleveland Indians. The last time we were in Cleveland, myself, my partner T, and our boy Bill Murray, we were tearing up the streets of Cleveland, Ohio, November 4th, 2016, as the Cubs brought home a world championship. So,
what a night, bro.
Anytime I see the Cleveland Indians, I get all of those flashbacks. And it's always good to see the Cleveland Indians.
Hey, and they need some straightening. Yeah,
it's time for some straightening. It's time for some straightening, especially after these last 6 games. The Cubs lost 2 of 3 in New York. They ended up getting the finale. Lost 2 of 3 against the Marlins this series. Got the finale yesterday. Alec Mills pitched a great game. Not a lot of offense. The offense has kind of been relying on the long ball lately.
Yeah.
Biggest thing for me, my biggest takeaway from this tough stretch the Cubs have been going through, they're missing guys like Nico Horner and Matt Duffy, who they kind of remind me of like the Dexter Fowler and the Ben Zobers back in the day. Kind of like those guys who, you know, they put the bat on the ball. They see different pitches, the way they approach the plate. Those guys are missing. So you got Willie, who's playing the bulk of the games because the Cubs don't have a backup catcher. KB is going through a tough stretch right now. Javi with the thumb injury. Yeah. Jay Hay and Happer just having tough seasons. Rizzo really hasn't found himself yet. Jock Peterson's been a bright surprise. He's kind of found his way. So still a first-place team. Can't continue to count on the Milwaukee Brewers to lose. So I'm looking for the guys to help our Southside brothers out, and that's my
we can use it.
My segue to you. So we got 2 games in Cleveland tonight, and I'll be Diamond talking live from Wrigley Field tonight. What about the Southside, man?
White Sox are going to be in Pittsburgh after dropping 4 straight to the Houston Astros. It was a really nasty weekend for the Chicago White Sox in Houston. I feel like every time I looked up, somebody on the Astros was just like beating the White Sox over the head with their bat. You know, home runs galore, lopsided scores for all 4 games. And it was a series, Gino, where you were missing a few things. You were missing, I feel like first and foremost, Michael Kopech. His ability to come in and shut it down in a long relief was absolutely missed. And then, of course, Gino, you missed the power. You missed Luis. You missed Eloy. In the moment, they could have done damage out there in Houston. But I mean,
they got swept.
They got swept 4-0.
It's baseball.
Yeah, it's baseball, and
it's gonna happen more than once.
After the Tampa Bay series, you thought that they would come out and play a little bit better. They took 2 or 3 from Tampa, but then dropped all 4 versus Houston. So it was a little worse than okay. Yeah, I mean it was a bad weekend, and
it happens, bro. It happens. 162
it
games,
happens, but
man.
when the White Sox play bad, they really play bad. And for 4 straight games, yeah, I mean from Thursday to Sunday, it was pretty bad.
Hey, bro, they could be the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah, but you know they're not. Yeah, I mean the White Sox are a team that was trying to get hot, and this is just cold water on that one. But like I said, you got the Pirates coming for 2 games before they get back here in front of a full crowd, Joe.
So the Sox are going to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, they're going to Pittsburgh.
That's my next stadium I think I'm trying to hit.
Pittsburgh,
Lawrence said PNC Park is probably one of the 3 most beautiful ballparks.
I got homies in Pittsburgh that have been telling me that since my college days, that the ballpark in Pittsburgh is beautiful. So
all right, I'm gonna have to see about that.
Gee, I'm trying to join you. Let's go ahead and jump on a jet and let's get to Steel City. Come on.
Hey man, on that note, and let's not forget about the Chicago Sky. Our girls are on
flipped it, yes.
a 5-game win streak. Shout out to the real CP3 coming back home, getting her ankle ready and leading them girls to 5 straight victories.
Real
man.
difference,
It's
man.
great to see the bench full. Great to see Diamond DeShields getting up and down the court. Stephanie Dawson playing her part.
Big
Vander Quiggs, you know what they gonna do.
Legendary.
So, man, great to see the Sky showing improving. It's time to run off some more W's and make Chicago sports as a whole what it's about, man. It's all
100%.
about that. So,
hey, man, real quick, one more time, man. Thank y'all so much for the love. You made a young brother feel very, very special in love. Thank y'all for rocking with us.
Up next, we got Herb and 2. I said what I said. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. right here on the What's in It for the Black People Network. Go take your break real quick. Tell your boss to chill. Y'all got to get down with the brothers from 1 to 3. So
shout out to Herb. I see you out here doing your thing.
Man, Herb was representing this weekend.
Yes.
Herb was all over the place. I ran into him. Cousin Philip, the Black Star Project, my cousin Philip Jackson, 35th and King Drive is now been renamed Philip Jackson Parkway. Herb was front and center, leading the charge, and 35th was the place to be Saturday morning. So shout out to Herb, shout out to my cousin Gloria, and shout out to my cousin Philip Jackson, the Black Star Movement. Educate or die. Y'all get up with Herb. Donate some time. If you got some money, donate some money, man. We need money, man. We need these same opportunities that everybody else got, man. It's all about, again, ownership and pushing the black power movement, man. So with that being said, for myself, for my player partner T,
love,
for DJ holding us down behind the board,
the producer,
Y'all know what we do over here, man. Show love, spread love, stay away from the haters. Circulate the dollar with your people. Y'all see the
Gee, we do all of those things. Yes, we do.
But most importantly, always, always keep it player. And in the words of the late, great poet laureate, Chad Butler, known to most of y'all as Pimp C.
The Pimp.
Get off the boo-boo.
We out, man.
Power and ignorance is bliss. It's the wisdom that shines through the visions of the mist. The main challenge is to maintain a balance between your soul and the body, and control is the science. Quiet is kept, my words kept, miners and vets. Higher than pilots and jets. Behind the sirens and tech, shorties crying out west. It's been a war going on since Osiris and Set. Before man acquired the text, written in stone on walls. It's all laws and the signs of commit of how society slept in the eyes of the best. The science of life and dying, look at the desires of flesh. We lost while we floss the ball signing the checks. While we all buying the best, diamond shines on our necks. Wet with blinding effects, the kind that remind me of blinding baguettes. In a timepiece, then a time leave, make time freeze, live and direct. In 60 seconds, time me, it's hardly a heartbeat. A heartbeat, a thing that separates my mind and my flesh. Rewinding my steps to where I first started. I'm God. Knowledge is power and ignorance is bliss. It's the wisdom that shines through the visions of the mist. The main challenge is to maintain a balance between your soul and the body, and control is the science. Knowledge is power and ignorance is bliss. It's the wisdom that shines through the visions of the mist. The main challenge is to maintain a balance